Hello, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Mind Gains podcast. I appreciate every single person that puts the time and effort into giving this video the views. However, one thing I have noticed when I've checked the analytics is 99.8% of people that view my videos are not subscribers. Now, I don't ask for much in this life, but one thing that would massively help me out before you get into this podcast is if you could maybe drop a comment, but definitely subscribe to the channel, because that way I'm getting much more viewership. It helps me out long term and enables me to get way more podcast guests and put more effort into them. So before we start, if you could drop a like and subscribe, that would mean a hell of a lot. Thank you very much. Now, let's get into the episode.
Right, so we're back on with what I consider to be a highly anticipated guest. He'd say otherwise. It's been a fucking nightmare getting him on, but been high demand. So I'm here with my man, Jonny D. Jonny, how are we doing?
Nervous,
yeah,
as you know.
We've been off camera for like the last 5 or 10 minutes talking about how nervous he is. And do you know what? I am going to ask you that a little bit later on. But I don't want to completely fucking digress from like the little flow chart fucking plan that we've got. So one thing I want to run by you, which I've heard through a friend of a friend who I won't name.
Here we go.
What's this I've heard that you have got not only bonsai trees, plural, trees is the plural, but you name them. I heard this, I'm not going to lie as well, this has changed since I run it by you the other day. I heard this.
A lot of people name plants.
I heard this from Ian Taylor today. He says you talk to him, lad, in the morning and everything.
Oh yeah.
What's going on, lads? You alright?
In the past I've kicked off at Emma my bird for coming in and not saying hello to him and not talking to him.
Why?
Because they're supposed to help him grow, innit? Supposed to help him do better.
Why is that? It's just because of fucking
happy environment.
Is it? Is that why you got him?
I got them because they're very hard to look after.
Yeah.
So like they take some level of discipline. But I'll be honest, I've killed 2, so I've only got 1 now.
I
had 3, but I've only got 1 now.
I wasn't gonna stick to you.
2 have recently died. Yeah, 2 have recently deceased. So
I know it sounds stupid, but did they just die the same way a normal plant dies?
Pretty much, yeah.
Just like they don't get water enough.
Well, no, they probably didn't get water enough. Winter as well, I think, is hard for them. My house is pretty cold, so like I don't have them eating all the time or anything. So I think being cold for a prolonged period of time doesn't really help them.
I know it sounds
not watering them as well.
This is gonna sound like a proper stupid question, but like I know like you've got some. I know he's got some. What's the difference like between just having them and like a normal houseplant? Like what's the methodology behind it?
Don't know. Probably just cost. Probably just a lot.
Is there no like benefits? Because I know it sounds stupid, but you see it in like the old martial art films and stuff, don't you? Like people getting the bonsai trees.
That's why they said it takes discipline to look after them and stuff like that. So it's all like linked in together.
What about them? What are the names? I know what they are, but what for the general public?
I've still got Rocky. Rocky's a beast. He's doing okay.
Yeah. How old is he?
Don't know, he's about 20, I think.
20?
Yeah, you buy him.
20 years old?
Yeah, you buy him when they're about 12 or 15.
Was you expecting that then, Chris? I was expecting about 2 years there.
He's about 20, yeah. But I've not had him that long.
20 years?
You buy him, like, so if you buy buy a little one that'll be that big, it'll be 12 or 15.
Oh, right, okay, cool. I thought you meant you'd had it.
They go for thousands of pounds, do you know what I mean? You buy one like a 3 foot tall one, and it'll be like 7-8 grand.
Are you having me on here?
Honestly, they're really expensive.
I thought they'd be like a couple quid.
Funnily enough, I did a job for an old couple not long ago. The electrics was tripping, and I went in the conservatory and I seen that there was this bonsai tree, about 4 foot tall. I was like, "What's this? Whose is this?" And they went, "Oh, son's lumbered it on us. He won it in a raffle." I was like, "Did he not want it?"
You didn't?
Yeah, I was like, we'll ask him. And anyway, I sorted it out.
And you got it?
No. Next day, as I was leaving, I said, "Take my number just in case he doesn't want it." Anyway, I had a missed call next day. I was off this number, so I rang it back, and I went, "Hey," he said, "Oh, it's thingy, you did the job. I just rang you by accident." For the split second, I thought, "Oh, he's ringing me saying I could have this bonsai tree." But then he went, "Oh no, I rang you by accident when I was serving your number."
I bet you were fucking like you went from like being elated to fucking gutted in like 2 seconds.
They're expensive, and they're really hard to look after.
Mate, I had no idea. I knew they'd be hard to look after because like when I see me barber, well, you know Sean, don't you?
Yeah.
Sean's got one as well.
Yeah.
He's got one. Has he still got his? I've not seen it for a bit. Like,
Oh, that was a Ficus ginseng, I think, what he had.
A what?
I've got one like that.
a figures ching.
Ficus ginseng, that's the name.
What's the difference?
Just different types of tree.
Is it?
It's all like Chinese elm and all of this. There's loads of different.
I didn't expect to get took to school like this, you know, in the first
loads
like
of
fucking
loads,
5
like
minutes.
Japanese maple, all different names.
Well,
I'm acting like I know what I'm on about, and I really don't. That's why I've killed a few.
you know more than me. To be fair, fucking hell. Do you know what? Like, I know you find it hard. Do you think I'm taking the piss? Don't you know? Like when I say people want you on.
Yeah, people just want me come on just so they can laugh at me.
No, they don't.
Laugh
No.
at me.
Like, listen, like people are always gonna like. People will watch this one and they'll try and. It happens to everyone. They'll want to see you slip up.
No, people want to see me uncomfortable.
I think you're doing well here. You know, you settled into it well for the first 5 minutes. But like, you think I'm having you on, saying that like people wanted you on. Like there's loads of lads at Jits. When I've turned around,
They're trying to just throw me under the
they're
bus.
not though.
Yeah,
Like,
get me back. From
I'll tell you off camera who they are, 'cause they might not want me to throw them under the bus. But some of the I don't want to say the bigger heads, but like the experienced lads, should I say, who are like,
because they know I can't talk and they know you'll have to put subtitles on.
no, genuinely, one of them.
Muffling my words and missing words out when I talk.
One of them, genuinely, I was like, when I first started it last year, I was like, do you think any of the lads would do it? And he was like, Jonny would. And then he was genuinely going, nah, I've got a boss story, got this, got this, got this. But I think it's good time because you've just got your black belt, haven't you?
Back then, yeah, I just got it then, yeah.
How long's it been now? A couple of months?
I've had 18 months now.
Your black belt?
Yeah, I've had black belt.
Well, I thought you got promoted, didn't you?
No, it was not December just gone, the December before.
You've not had that. That grading wasn't in
Yeah. Nearly 18 months.
2022.
December 2022.
I
Gone
feel
quick,
like
hasn't it?
what?
Gone quick, hasn't it?
That's not been 18 months.
Yeah.
It hasn't.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to catch you out here, but
No.
I didn't have a podcast then.
Well, you must have done.
Hmm?
Or you must have just started it or something. Because that's when I got it, December 22.
No way. I can't believe that's gone that fast. Mate, I thought it was like this year.
No.
How crazy.
December 22.
Well, you got your black belt anyway.
Yeah.
That didn't go to plan. I thought it was going to segue quite nicely into a little bit there. So how's that gone from like brown to black? But like, obviously, Jits is like a massive part of your life, so to speak. Talk to us about that. Like, what you started pretty late, didn't you? Was you like my age? Was you 28, 29?
Yeah,
you started.
that, yeah.
What made you go for it?
Obviously, it was just like MMA was becoming more and more popular on TV and stuff. And like, don't get me wrong, I've done bits of judo and bits of Thai and stuff over the years. But like, this was sort of creeping in. There wasn't many places around here you could do it. You had to travel.
Where you used to go? Like Carbon or?
Yeah, so I'd go to Liverpool, all under, but I'd go to Liverpool. He didn't have a set gym, so he'd coach in Bolton, Rochdale, Goulburn, Liverpool, then in Wigan for a bit. So I'd just travel around his classes as and when I could. SKK in Newton, judo club.
Yeah, I know
So
you're on about.
we just travel around his classes and went from there.
And did you expect you ever to be where you are now? Because you've fucking won all kinds, haven't you? Really?
At the beginning, no. It's at the beginning. Then when I started, black belts were like, there wasn't a lot.
No, there wasn't really.
Wasn't a lot at all, and I'm talking not hardly any. Andy wasn't a black belt at first. He got his black belt, I think, about 6 months after 8 months after I started training. And Andy's quite self-taught. He's never had a Brazilian instructor. A lot of people, we've got English people with black belts, had a Brazilian instructor who'd moved over here and stuff, and he'd done it himself. But it was like the black belts were like a myth then. Like there wasn't many about, and then obviously now it's the sports grew. There's a lot now.
So that decision to jump into Jits, bit of a deep question. Was it more like
I know what it was. I felt like it's something that you could probably get into at an older age, and it was more about thinking sport.
like a game? It's like a game of chess, isn't it? Really,
rather than just fighting,
like brute force.
It's not fighting. Like sometimes when I don't go out much, but when I do, people are like, "Oh, are you still fighting? When are you fighting next?" And it's not fighting. You play jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, it's a sport. Yeah, there is a degree of like obviously combat in it, like, but it's not fight, it's not MMA. You're not getting punched in the face and stuff like that. But there was a degree of thinking in it. Like you could get round without just being tough.
Yeah.
You could do well by thinking and using your brain rather than just being tough and toughing it out. You still need a bit of that as well. But it's often like joked about, like there'll be some little geeky person in the corner who can just do what they want to you, really.
Yeah.
They're like, they've just studied it and trained and worked hard at it.
Well, there's a lad who, I can't think of his name, I'm not going to try and remember his name because I'll be here for ages, but I'm guilty of it. There's a lad who's just been promoted to black belt the same day Rob King did.
Yeah, Mark. Yeah.
And if you looked at him on the street,
Yeah.
but clearly he'd just tie you with knots,
Yeah,
obviously
he's
because
been
of
doing it
fucking
a long
black belt.
time. Been doing
So
it a
like
long
obviously
time.
like it's that technical side of it, isn't it? Where you mentioned there, obviously it's not
Really
like the
technical as well, Mark. Yeah.
So like you say, like you get a bit older, you look at the other sports which are a bit more contact, and you start getting into your 30s, don't you? And obviously when you not exit your prime, so to speak, but like when you do start to like, get a bit older, you lose that bit of power, you lose that bit of everything else. But Jiu-Jitsu's a bit different in it, I suppose, like with it being technique wise. What, so is it more just was that the decision? Just because you were thinking getting a bit.
And then I went and I got absolutely mauled, wrapped up, and then I was like, I'm not fucking having this. Like, the fact that it was hard made me want to go. Like I'm gonna go back here to get good at it. And then you just getting better and better. And then sometimes you think, it's like everything. Sometimes you think, I'm not getting nowhere here.
Yeah.
But then you are. It's just slowed down a bit, and you've just got to persevere with it.
That's got to be one of the longest, one of the road that feels the longest to like go from like a white to a black belt.
Yeah.
Because it's like literally like, whereas you look at the type of training like I do and other people do, and if they're not like in shape in 3 months, they're like, fucking hell, it's taking forever. But like what you do and what other lads do, it can take years and years and years, can't it?
I think at white belt you can feel like that, and earlier on with the belts you can feel like that. I think more recently it's stopped being about the belts.
Yeah.
But still, it's easy for me to say because I have got a black belt, but it does get to a point where it stops being about them and that you just want to get better.
Yeah.
You just want to get better at jiu-jitsu. So yeah, it's nice to get that recognition and stuff, but you still just want to get better.
What's next then now? Because you mentioned before we started, it was like I want to like focus on my training. Is it more comps? Is it just getting better at jiu-jitsu? Is it that simple?
It's just as that. It's just I want to be able to keep training.
Yeah.
Like, but I still want to compete as well. I crave competition. Like I've always done something. Like I swam as a kid, and then I played football and rugby and stuff. And I crave, but I still get that competition in training. You know what I mean? Like you're still sparring, and in jiu-jitsu you can spar pretty hard and hopefully not get hurt. It's not like boxing and Thai where you're taking heavy blows to your head or your legs and stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, you still can get hurt at jiu-jitsu, but you can still roll, spar pretty hard, and it is quite realistic to like a competition. But yeah, I still want to compete.
So that's what's next. Just keep going.
Yeah.
That's good then.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's I suppose like I don't know. That's one thing I was going to ask you. Like since we went through some stuff the other day, I've just been like pinging around in my head. Because obviously, when you've done something, like whenever I've achieved something, sometimes I can kind of just go, "Well, I've done that now," and I kind of lose interest with it. But that not happened to you at all.
What do you mean with jiu-jitsu in general?
Well, like since obviously you've just like, I know it sounds stupid, but I suppose the ultimate goal is to like attain a black belt. Is it? I don't know. And then if you get there, is it just like well, I've done that now?
No, I just want to get better.
That's what I'm saying. So with you, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Sound.
I want to just try and get the longevity out of still being able to train for as long as I can, and I still want to compete. The thing is, they have age categories in jiu-jitsu now, so I can compete at masters levels. Do you know what I mean? I still carry on competing.
Yeah.
You'll see sometimes you'll be at competitions and you'll see old guys on the mat, and like I want to hopefully carry on doing that, like, as long as my body will allow it.
That's one thing with you. We fucking hell, like, not this. Obviously, this is recorded on a Friday for anyone's watching it, but not this Monday. So 4 days ago, the Monday before, I said to you, "Won't mind sitting down, chatting about what we want to speak about, what you don't want to speak about, that type of thing." Took Wednesday fucking night and a 20-30 minute conversation. Really, because that's how busy you are.
Yeah.
Has it affected other facets of your life? Has it improved? Like, I imagine it's improved other facets of your life loads, hasn't it? To be fair, because obviously, like you say, it's more of a thinking game, patience thing. Like, is it?
Yeah, I think it makes you be calmer.
Yeah.
I think it's maybe humbles you, helps you grow up a little bit, helps you accept that you're not always going to be able to move and be the way you are. Like, obviously, as I've got older, I've struggled with injuries and stuff like that, which has bothered me. Like 18 months ago, I was in a world of pain with injuries. Like, but I think from doing jiu-jitsu, it's helped me cope with that.
Yeah.
A bit better. It helps you cope with pressure a bit better, because there's no pressure like having someone on top of you trying to pull you
Short you out, like.
short you. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's when your mind's clear of everything else, that's all you're thinking about. So I think it's good to like de-cleanse you a little bit, if that's the right way of saying it, because for that hour you're not thinking about anything in your life apart from stopping them. Them hurt you. Do you know what I mean?
Something to be said for that though, because like it gives you that. I've been using this word loads. Like, it gives you that level of stillness, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Where like in life you don't really get it, especially like someone like you. Obviously, I was half joking, but at the same time, like me and you trying to get a time that met. We fucking couldn't do it for like 10, 11 days, and then in the end it was just, "Do you want to just ring me tonight?"
Yeah.
So like, it's probably good to give you that level of. Because it's very rare, and even I get it, and you probably get it as well, where like you're sat at home or when you go to bed, you're sitting there thinking, "Fucking, I've got this." But it probably helps to improve that a lot as well, doesn't it? To be fair, that level of stillness.
Helps sort of reset me a bit sometimes.
That's the. Is it like with that side of things? Like, has it helped with work? Has it helped with obviously being a dad, things like that?
Yeah. I think so. I think nothing can fully prepare you for like shit that life throws at you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and being a dad's another thing altogether. Like you can have your own assumptions on how you're going to be as a dad, and when you've got a kid kicking off or not doing this, he's told. Sometimes them assumptions you've got of yourself go out the window. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, it definitely has helped me in that sense, I think. Yeah.
What's that? I know that's one thing I was gonna. Obviously, we spoke about it, but what's that like? And what's it like being a dad? Because I can't wait for it, me.
Yeah.
But then everyone who tells me, I've spoken to Chris about it, but like everyone who says it, they all go like, "Fucking hell, it's like full on, innit?"
It's full on. It's not really. I think anything you can explain. Do you know what I mean? It's like your biggest achievement, I think.
Yeah.
And it's like you're also your biggest task and your biggest goal.
How much has he changed your life, River?
Oh, massively, yeah.
Mate, he's funny.
Yeah.
He seems like a million mile an hour on your stories, but he's a good kid, isn't he? To be fair.
Yeah, he is.
He is a good kid. And to be fair, one thing I like what you've done is you've just chucked him into everything, haven't you?
Yeah, and do you know what? One thing I like about him is he never like says he doesn't want to go anything. He does something more or less every day. Football, rugby, and it's not me forcing him. He wants to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, he loves just being active and doing anything he can. I think anything's to get away from doing any schoolwork. I think but like,
good lad.
He does just literally take on anything, and I'm sometimes a bit hard on him with some stuff, and I forget he's only 7.
Yeah.
Which that's me still learning and trying to understand that as well as within myself. Do you know what I mean? Every day's a school day, innit? So
yeah, everything.
Like sometimes I get frustrated with him because I know he can, but then I think he's 7.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, it's to be expected, really.
Yeah, but the thing is as well, it's like, I suppose like in the long, obviously as long as you're not being fucking mega hard on your kids, like, but that element of being hard, just that old phrase, we've got his character building, but like it'll fucking prepare him for when he's older. You know what I mean?
It didn't do me any harm. My dad was hard on me.
Yeah.
And it made me who I am. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's prepared me. I felt like it's helped me, and I hated him at the time, but I'd like see myself like him. I see him in myself when the way I am with River and stuff.
Isn't it bizarre, like when you get a bit older, like you just said there, like you look back, you think, fucking, why am I being treated like this?
Yeah.
And you get older and you just think, I'm fucking so grateful for that. I'm so grateful for that. Like, and I'm not going to
think so hard done to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, I look back now at people, I look at other people and I just think, I'm so glad, like, I got, I don't want to use the word treated, but yeah, for lack of a better term, like, I wasn't given an inch, do you know what I mean?
I never wanted. I was spoilt as long as I was well behaved, do you know what I mean? I was bought stuff. I had a really, really, really good upbringing, do you know what I mean? But it was just strict. If I messed about, I got put in my place.
Yeah.
If we were going in trouble, and I was never bad at school. I was just cheeky.
Yeah.
Quite smart at school, but thought I was too clever for teachers. Do you know what I mean? So I'd just get in shit for being cheeky.
Do you see that in River though? Is he like that?
Probably, yeah.
Do you know what? From like obviously the times he goes past them, like fucking big lad, and they'll give him like a fist bump or whatever. He seemed like that.
Yeah.
Like he seems full of confidence for a lad his age. Like
I think so.
Yeah, it's good that though, mate, because
plus he's spent quite a bit of time around men as well.
Yeah, he has. I think that's important, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think that's important. Like when you look at, fucking hell, there's lads my age where like they're still like 19, 20 in their head, and they're like about to be 30 or they are 30, and like that's one thing when I was younger, and you probably had the same thing, and obviously he has as well. Where when you're around men, you grow up faster, don't you? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But no, it is sick to see, mate, because like I know you probably hate hearing all this stuff, but like loads of us, as I said to you the other day, loads of us buzz off you. So you're fucking looking at your nails now because you can't take the compliments. But loads of us buzz off you because, like I said to you on the phone the other day, realistically for what you'd want in life, like job going well, kids, security, everything like that, like you've pretty much got it all. Do you know what I mean? Which is why I thought you was a sick guest to get on. It's why I asked you like ages ago to get on, and like I think realistically, like you have pretty much. Do you not think that, you? Do you not think you've realistically got?
Mate, I'm happy, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very happy with what I have, like, and I don't want for a lot, to be honest.
Yeah.
But, like, back to that, like, before, like, that, well, I don't know what I was, like, but, you know, that peace, that flow state. So you're
big on that, aren't you?
Yeah, you just want, I don't want for much. I just want a bit of peace.
Yeah.
Want an easy life. So.
Yeah.
And I probably don't give myself an easy life. I'm not. We work probably not the most organised as regards paperwork side of things. The physical side of work, I get in and do. If I say I'm going to be somewhere, but the paperwork side of things, I'm probably not the most organised, which gives myself a harder life than I probably need. But other than that, I don't really want for much. I have got a good setup.
That's one thing with you that I've always liked is like your mind. I think your mindset's a solid mindset. Like you're very stoic, aren't you? Very big on gratitude.
Yeah. Like I know, like I've mentioned stoicism to you before and stuff like that. And it's like I don't. By all means, I don't.
Mate, I've still got a book, you know.
Yeah.
Still got the book.
By all means, I don't know a lot about it at all. And like. You just try and you be like that and try and let it help you. I don't always succeed in being stoic. You know what I mean? We all blow our lid or like lose our temper sometimes from time to time. But like, it definitely helps a little bit trying to understand and like you said, gratitude is definitely like it's so much easier to think about what you've got than what you've not got.
And do you know what? I think it's weird. Like when I'm in a position where like, and like you said there, I'll preach a lot, you'll preach a lot of stuff to like, whether it's like students or lads you work with, but we all slip into a negative habit or we all slip into some like, revert back to type sometimes. Yeah. But for me, like when I'm in a position where I want for nothing and I'm grateful for everything, it's when you seem to get everything. Even more so, whether that's a feeling, whether it's literally like you're attracting it, manifesting it, whatever. When you kind of like, I've got everything me. It's like everything just flows. Like, I know you've used that word and I'm not copying you, but it is literally like it flows better. Like life just seems to, like today, like I've been mega busy today, but I've not felt mega busy today. Like I've literally been up, been for a walk, done my job, which I love, been with my bird who I love, and then like fucking come here speaking to you, which I'm buzzing to, and it's just like everything's just like just flows nice and easy. Do you know what I mean? And it's but other times I think fucking hell, I want that. It's like it's like you're constantly chasing your life, aren't you? And it's like you never really in the, I don't want to say like the correct mindset, but you never really ever. You never never got that element of like stillness or like gratefulness really. Yeah. It's like you said, you focus on what you've not got, like you miss out on what you have got, kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
100%.
Definitely.
And with the like I was mentioning before, off the camera, one thing I've got in common with you, which I kind of just want to speak to you about, is like obviously you've mentioned being obviously River's dad, things like that.
Yeah.
Like you've recently lost yours, haven't you?
Yeah.
How's that affected you? Because mine's how long's yours? 2-3 years.
2 years, yeah.
Mine's 7 this year.
Yeah.
And like, just interesting to how you've coped with it, your perspective on it. Like,
yeah, it's like my dad was quite ill, so like, without saying like I'm glad about it, I wouldn't want to see him suffer anymore. Do you know what I mean? But like, you've just got to get on with it, haven't you?
Yeah.
Like, I know he had a good life, and that's like sort of my goal now is to try and make River, when he's older, look back and think of me like I look back and think of him.
Yeah.
He's like I mentioned, touched on before. Like I've been given everything from my mum and dad. Like they've helped me, supported me through everything I've wanted to do. Helped me financially in times. Helped me like just your little stuff. If you buy a house, they'll give you, go on, we'll buy your couch for you or stuff like that. I'm lucky, so I want to be able to do that for him and him look back on me like I look back on him.
Do you not struggle at all?
With what?
With your dad being gone?
No.
Not at all?
I don't think so, no.
Never have a minute?
No.
What do you think?
I think of him, yeah. Yeah.
No, that's what I mean. No, like,
but I look back at it fondly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't struggle with it. But I think it's a bit different with you. I think you're still quite a young
I was 22, yeah.
I think it's quite a young age. Don't feel like you're fully grown then. Even though that you are considered an adult, I don't feel like you're fully grown. Like I got to 39, 40 and like...
Still young that though.
Yeah, but I still feel like I'd learned a lot from it.
So
like, and like you think you understand. You never fully understand life and shit, but I feel like you understood more. I think at 21 it's a big difference.
Yeah. Have you learned out since he's passed at all? Mate, 'cause that's one thing when my dad passed, I quickly realised how fucking young I was because I didn't know how to do anything, approach anything. I'm just wondering, did that change anything for you, or was you literally just the fucking same geezer afterwards? Do you know what I mean? No. Everyone deals, obviously, mate, everyone deals with it differently, don't they? Do you know what I mean? We're all completely different people, but like, as we mentioned before, like, has it changed anything?
No.
Just,
same. I think worst times are like at his funeral, strong sound. It's fine. Now, it's when I go to other people's funerals, it makes you think. I think about people you've lost. So like I'll think about my dad when I'm at other people's funerals. Yeah. Other than that, I cope with it quite alright, I think.
It's mad how it affects everyone different. Like I'm pretty okay with it when I have minutes where like, sounds stupid, mate, I didn't cry at his funeral, but about 2 months ago I was out for a walk and it randomly hit me then, and I get that. Yeah. But like there's other people who just get paralysed by it and they can't ever really move on, which I've seen as well. So it's more just like of an insight as to...
Yeah, there's other stuff as well, like films and stuff.
That's what sets you off, innit?
Yeah, so like I know one film I know, you put something about it on your Instagram the other day, Interstellar. I watch Interstellar, I'll think about my dad. Do you know what I mean? Like that, because it's him missing his kid. Do you know what I mean? And it's all that she thinks he's left it. Yeah. He left her.
How sad's that film,
yeah,
lad?
it's bad.
Jesus Christ.
So there's bits
Kills
of
me, that film.
There's there's certain bits of films and stuff where, yeah, but it's as a whole, I cope with it and think I'm alright with it. I think.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Mate, it is good because it's one of them things. I think it kind of shows you as a person as well that you're able to kind of move on from it. Because I've seen people, mate, and like it's like they've died with them. Oh, it sounds terrible, but it's like they don't ever really move on from it. And I've had mates who've said like, "Oh, I can know if like my mum passed, like that'd be me." And it's like, lad, you got your whole life ahead of you. I know it's hard, but it's more of a testament to you, mate, that like life does go on, doesn't it? And like. Stuff you said there, stuff you've learned, you can teach your kid, and then when he's old enough in fucking 20 odd years, he can do the same thing. He's probably sat having the same conversation. Yeah. So it's it is a mad one to get your head round, but I do think it gives you that element of growing up, coming to terms with it, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? But
I think it can. I think depending on where you're at personally, it can. Some people go off the rails a little bit, don't they? If they're a bit younger. I'd like to think if you're a bit older, you can understand that that's not the way to go about it. Like
it is obviously the word's not comfortable with it, but you seem like you're pretty comfortable with it. To be fair,
no, I think I am. Like I said at the beginning, like it's more so he wasn't living a comfortable life himself. Do you know what I mean? He wasn't. And I wouldn't want to be looked after.
No,
do you know what I mean?
I get you.
So, and I know he wouldn't. He was quite proud. So I'm sure he wouldn't want to be cared for.
Yeah. But one thing you're not comfortable with was getting on here today.
No, not comfortable at all.
Why, mate? Why is that?
Well, I think
this is like the juicier part of the podcast. Like what?
It's not so much juice. It's just like
no, you know what I mean.
I don't feel like people want to listen to me talking about.
Why though?
I just don't. And as well, as much as like people are like, oh, I'm not asked what people think, I'm that. We are all asked about what people think.
To a degree, we all
are asked about what people think. Like, and people love to judge, and people love to sit up there on their pedestal and think, okay, I'm going on a podcast.
But what are people going to judge you on?
No, I'm just saying that's what it's about. It says more about them than me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, it's just, I don't know. It just made me feel uncomfortable. As much as we can say, well, we're not bothered, we are inevitably bothered about public perception and people's perception of us and stuff.
But how can a man who gets chokes people out, go through all this stuff, be scared of speaking to me on the camera?
I don't know, mate.
What is that? We said we were going to talk about it.
Well, I don't know. Just does it. It's a bit out of my comfort zone, which is like I've said. I feel like it is good to get out your comfort zone.
Definitely.
I've said to you before and stuff, and I think back to Jiu-Jitsu. Jiu-Jitsu does that. It's not comfortable. That's why not a lot of people stick at it. Same with the kids. Some come and they don't like it because it's hard. Me and Danny, who teach the kids, are not the most lenient instructors either. We'll tell them off and expect more of them, and it's hard.
Daniel said that about you. You know,
he's worse than me.
He said you're worse than him.
No, he knows he's worse than me.
Lad, he said you're bad. To be fair.
It's hard. It's hard. You've got someone in your personal space smothering you, and it's hard to stick at. So you're out your comfort zone. And the only thing I'd said, the reason I've come on.
Are you saying it now?
Yeah, the reason I've come on is you had Jordan Willis on.
Yeah, he'll be buzzing through that, you know.
And obviously we know what he's done with his marathons and stuff like that, and he's like making himself feel uncomfortable, blah blah blah. And he said, this for me being on here is out my comfort zone. It makes me uncomfortable. So blame Jordan for thank Jordan for
blame Jordan.
Thank Jordan for getting me to come on, because he I know he'll like this. He inspired me to come on.
I texted him the other day. I didn't tell him. I went, there's someone. I said, you can't know yet. I said, there's a lad coming on my podcast on Friday. You're the inspiration. I said, so keep it peeled. And he was like, oh, fucking buzzing to hear that.
know,
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's for me, mate. Like, that's what I'm trying to tap into it here, and you keep fucking digressing. You like, I was speaking to you about being uncomfortable. You just spoke about jits again.
Yeah.
Like, I know what you're trying to do, but I'm not letting you get away with it. How can, obviously, Jordan's not here, but how can a lad who runs 10 marathon in 10 days, a fucking savage, like the stuff he does, which he, well, let's be honest, mate, what's he doing now? Is it 30 and 30 or something stupid? He's trying to raise 30 grand, isn't he? It's something absurd. But how can a fella like him,
130 kilometres a day.
something daft, mate. It's something absolutely absurd. But at the target he set himself for the money. How can you? What is it?
I don't know, it's just out,
You don't know?
Yeah, it's just out your comfort zone. It's just.
All right then. Let's. You might come up like with little nuggets of information. What made you? I know you've mentioned Jordan there, but what triggered you when Jordan said that for you to go? I'm fucking coming on. What was the deciding factor?
Probably about fucking 7 mojitos when I was in Turkey and he messaged me. To be honest, mate. When you're coming on, yeah, I'll do it.
Was that when you messaged?
Yeah, I was like,
was that when I messaged you?
Oh, for fuck's
was that when I
sake.
messaged you?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that wasn't planned, but like, I've got a few goals this year where like, I'm not gonna fucking, it's your podcast here, so like, I'm not gonna fucking bang on about them, but like, one of them is YouTube related. Like, I proper want to ramp up getting loads of as many interesting people as I can. And you were again. I thought I'll fucking ask him. I thought he'll say no. I'll ask. But then when he said yeah, it was like no fucking way. Like, lad, I've been buzzing to get you on. But like, was it genuinely just you'd had a few drinks, or was you like, I need to fucking do this?
I'd been, like I said, I'd seen the Jordan thing, and that was playing on my mind. That I was being a bit of a.
Did you feel like it?
Being just a bit scared, like being a bit of a pussy, basically.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of a better word to say than.
No, don't. You can swear on here, mate. You can swear on here.
I was being a bit of a pussy, not coming on. So I had that in my head anyway.
Like, you let yourself down a bit.
Yeah, throw that in with, like I say, I think it's good to feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, 7 or 8 mojitos, and you've got a deal. Do you know?
I know, yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, mate. I had moments. I've said it all week. I'll believe it when he's here.
No, if I say I'll do something, I'll do it.
But when I couldn't get hold of you the other day, I was like, I got home. I think it was Wednesday. My bird was like, he said, "Do you want to go and watch this?" I was like, I need to go on the phone to Jonny, and she was like, "Do you think he'll come on?" And do you know what I said? I said, he will not let me down. I said, if I can't get hold of him, he'll still come on. I said, I've got it. I said, he won't let me down at all. No way. But mate, I'm buzzing you've come on. But it was just so, for me, it's so mad, because I've asked. I won't throw him under the bus, but someone who you know I've asked. I think I might have already told you, but I'll tell you off camera if you don't know. Dave said no. You said no. I've asked people, professional fighters. Dave said no, who I know personally, and it's just like. Some people playing it in, we don't want to discuss the business, but playing it like, you obviously are like open to do it. But for me, it's that what's there that's making you go, fucking hell. Do you know what I mean? Is it a bit of like an imposter syndrome thing? Is it that you just do you suffer with that?
A little bit, yeah, I think, yeah.
Mate, I suffer with it. Not as I still get it now, but not as bad. But weird, innit?
Yeah.
Do you still get it now? Do you still get it now?
I think so, a bit, yeah.
So that ties in with like 5 years ago, you said you just earned a wage, didn't you? Really, just work normal. Yeah. And then obviously we won't get into the how well you're doing. You're doing fucking well for yourself. Do you know what I mean? And I suffered with that, where it's just like, it was a why me feeling.
Yeah.
How have I pulled this off kind of thing? I'm just a fucking regular kid from Council Estate. How have I got these people? Do you know what I mean? Is that the same thing with you, or is it other stuff that makes you feel like that?
I feel like I never had like the drive to like go and work for myself. I never had that. I just never had the ambition to do it. Yeah. So then I just like was like, right, yeah, I'm gonna go and do it. If I can't, I got pissed off with like putting an holiday for me. Can I have these 2 weeks off? Oh, we'll get back to you. I'm like, no, tell me now.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to like, so I was like, if I can't earn X amount of money working for myself, I don't fucking deserve to be self-employed. Do you know what I mean? So then, and the thing, I think then you'll work at. Then I worked hard.
Yeah.
Like, because you getting out there and you're smashing it. You're saying, yeah, you're really, really hungry for it. Now I don't want to work as hard.
Yeah.
Like, I want to, and I never even did it for money. We all need money to live.
Yeah.
We all need to earn money. We all need to pay bills. I don't spend a lot of money on a lot of things. I don't live an extravagant life. I like going on holiday, but other than that, I don't spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
My money goes on training and grenade. That's it. Grenade bars or grenade drinks. Like, but I went working for myself for freedom. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To be able to go and pick my lad up from school.
Yeah.
To be able to go and train in the day and grapple in the day if I want to. To like be able to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
And that's what drives me to work for myself and to work hard. And like I've touched on before, like paperwork, I'm not the most organised. Like, that's the shit side of my job.
Yeah.
I have to do test certificates and stuff, and I'll put everything out. They're my worst part. So like I'll try and do everything else before them.
Yeah.
And then it gets down to like 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night, and I'm like, okay, I've got to do this.
Yeah.
And if I don't do it, I don't get paid. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I've got to do it. When really I'd love to be more organised and do them first. But like I said, it's just freedom for me. Being able to me work when I want, not work when I want. Be able to pick my lad up. Be able to when it's half term, have a day off here and there and stuff, and work-life balance is in my hands rather than someone else's hands. Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
100%. And like, I think that's one thing I've said. Like, I've got plans in my life, and I've spoke to other people about it, and I don't want to get to. I'm talking like I've got kids. I've not got kids yet, but like when I do, I don't want to. Like you just said, that's exactly why. Like, I don't want to miss a fucking school play because I was working. I don't want to, sorry mate, you can't go football today, I'm working. Like, I want it to kind of work around me. Has that been would you say that's probably the biggest inspiration of why you left just your life? Yeah. More than the money side of it.
Yeah,
just wanted the freedom.
Definitely more than money, yeah.
So obviously, when did you do it? 5-6 years ago?
No, it was, I think it was only 3.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
You were self-employed 3 years?
I think so.
Can't be 3 years.
It's 4 max.
Is it?
Yeah.
Do you think it was when River started getting to an age where he could do stuff, and that's what made you think, I'm fucking not having this? Like,
yeah, definitely.
Then you've always been with Emma. How long have you been with Emma? That's about
4.5 years.
Do you think they were the two catalysts?
Yeah.
Like spending time with your bird, spending time with your kids.
She's self-employed too, so it's good to like say you can go where when you want. You not have to rely on someone else who works for the company not being off at that time and stuff like that. Because like they'll say, oh, such and such body's off, you can't have them that week off.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Or so it's like say you call the shots.
Yeah, definitely.
When you work for yourself. Like I say, it's not all plain sailing.
No, it's not. Definitely not.
You've still got to find the money. You've still got to find the work. And like sometimes with my job, I can have a day booked in, and I'll get a text message in the morning. Oh, job's not ready today. So then, that's a full day's wage for me, and colleague works for me. I've got to then try and move stuff about and get it in, or sometimes can't get out in.
Yeah.
So lose a day's wage. You know what I mean? So, but it swings and roundabouts.
Yeah, it is.
And I do normally have stuff I can get in like more often than not. Sometimes I'm just glad of it.
Yeah. Did you? I don't think anyone ever is, but did you feel ready when you took the jump? Did you think like?
I felt ready. Yeah, I think I did feel ready. I just obviously there's pressure in there. Do you know what I mean? But like I said,
I know word it. Not the like obviously you sounded like you was like, oh fucking I'm ready to go and do it. But then when you started doing it, did you think shit I'm not ready to do this, or did you feel alright?
No, I felt alright.
Did you?
All right, yeah. It's just I think so anyway. I can't really remember, but I think I did. I'd always toyed with it, and like I'd dip my toe in little bits in between jobs, just doing stuff for yourself, but never really had that commitment and like drive to go out and work after it. I like get proper try and find work and make it. But yeah, I was ready for it. Like,
So you just said there, obviously, like, you've been doing it, I think you said, like, it's like 3 years, 4 years. And
working for myself. I've been a
yeah, no, I know what you mean, like working for yourself 3 or 4 years, but what you just said there, like, you've done it for years. So why didn't you do this sooner? Was it a confidence thing? Was it you couldn't be asked? What was it?
Just a drive.
Was
like
it?
I said, yeah, I was just like, I was happy just going in, going under the radar, trying to do as little work as possible because you're earning someone else's money. Try and get in and get out. Probably the last few jobs I've had, always like, well, the one job I had before when I did leave, the last employed job I had was all right. It was like they were quite relaxed. It was like a job and knock type job. You go in and you had to do a set amount of work and you were done.
Yeah.
Obviously that was swinging around about some days would be longer than others, but in general I was getting away under. Jobs before that, like I've always tried to like sneak off and go to the gym in the day or like work around to suit me. And
yeah.
Sometimes you get caught. Like, but I just wasn't ready. I just had no. Wasn't disciplined enough in myself to like stick to going out pricing jobs and sending quotes over and just working, having the dedication and commitment it needs to like run a business. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure some people just do it easily without thinking, but I think it does take a bit of that, and I just didn't think I had that until I think at the time I did it was the right time for me personally. So,
what changed for you to do that? Like, what in your head was like, I'm doing this now? Like you said, you didn't have the drive. Where did the drive come from?
Probably just that. Probably just Rivers School.
Yeah.
Like, and yeah, probably him it was probably around the time he started proper school. He'd come out of nursery. I started going to like proper infant school.
Was there a moment though where, like, say, you was in another job and you could have made something and you didn't because of work, and you was like, I'm not fucking doing this anymore?
No, I don't.
It was just was it more of a proactive than a reactive feeling?
Yeah. I don't think there was anything like that.
Yeah.
It was like, I think it probably did coincide with that, and it was just like I said, it was the freedom, money to some extent as well, like, but it was more so like just like the freedom, not having to answer to someone.
One thing, I see it loads in my industry. I don't know how often you see it in yours. I don't know I'm just going to say it bluntly. Like, the failure rate in my job's massive.
Yeah.
Like, 97% of PTs, coaches, actually fail to make a living. Like, one of my mates did a course last year. We were arguing it was probably higher, weren't we? Probably higher than that. And, like, as I've mentioned before, you're a pretty stoic guy. Try to be, however you want to say it. What advice would you give to someone there? Do you know, like, say they go from Jonny 5 years ago to I'm having a fucking go with this now, working on my own. What lesson would you teach someone like that that's like functional advice? Do you know what I mean?
Just don't try and take shortcuts.
Yeah.
Just try and do things right. The more you try and just do things quick and not put the time in.
It's just more of a habit.
Yeah. The more like things go wrong, and the more things go wrong, it'll put you off the end goal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's one. Do you know what? One thing I say with stuff like that is like, I sound like such a fucking like book of quotes here, but the way I look at it, how you do anything is how you do everything, really. So like, if you half-ass one thing, it's a habit, so you'll tend to like half-ass everything. Do you know what I mean? So like, that's one thing with people, like, definitely, where they just need to get the head around that. And like, as you've mentioned before, which we'll kind of touch on in a minute, you said it before, like, things are fucking difficult. It's not how it all seems, but like when we were discussing out what we want to go through on the phone the other day, you was mentioning that your exact quote was, it's not all rosy, which it isn't. No. But people don't see that. People just see the tip of the iceberg. They see the fucking hell, Johnny's always with his kid. Fucking hell, he's grappling whenever he wants, going on holiday whenever he wants. I'm going to be a spark, mate. Works for him. They don't see the other 8 o'clock at night doing certificates, losing the wages, having to support another lad who works for you, shit like that. Like, what is one, like you've said there, like, what's the word I'm trying to use here? Like functional advice, really, like you've said there. But is the one thing you'd say to someone before they jumped into a decision like that? Is the one thing you've learned since taking that jump that you'd have liked to have known 3 or 4 years ago? Do you know what I mean? Like I look back now, and one thing I tell myself, and I say it to everyone, is just have a fucking go.
That's it.
Just have a go.
That's my thing. You don't know if you don't try.
No, exactly. Yeah. But just have a go.
Like, you don't know if you don't try. And like, what's worse can happen? Shit, it's fun. You go back working for a firm.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, I say to younger people all the time about like, oh, think about moving to Australia or something like that. But why not give it a go?
Yeah.
You come back.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, you come back.
No,
you don't
exactly.
work out, you come back. Like, same with anything. Same with anything you want to do, innit? If you don't know unless you try. And if you think you've ticked every box and done everything you need to do to make it work, it will. Throw in a bit of hard work and you're sorted.
Yeah, definitely. One thing, do you know what? I wasn't really gonna speak to about this, but like, I think it'd be like a nice inside, like an insight thing. Obviously, you've trained with fucking Andy and everyone for years.
Yeah.
Did you ever see what Tom's done happening?
I've been saying it for a long time. Yeah. Anyone who knows me, like people who followed MMA and stuff, who I speak about, like the lads who run the wholesalers I go in, who've keen boxing and MMA fans. I've been saying for years, listen, Tom, watch out for Tom Espinal.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I can confidently say I have seen that happen. I think how he's propelled since being in the UFC.
It's a bit nuts, isn't it?
Is I couldn't have predicted that. I don't think. But obviously that's just he's always been good, but as he's took his training to the next level and sort of like focused on his training, and specifically for him, it's just propelled him and took him to that elite of elite.
So have you trained with him since he was he in Jits before you, or was you before him?
He was there.
He's done it like his whole life, I need to be fair.
He was about 17, 18, something like that when I started training him.
He's not old, is he? He's like 30. I think he's a year older than me, Tom.
Yeah. 30 or 31, I think. 10 years younger than me.
When did you realise, when you was like, fucking, this kid's got it, like?
I mean, he was fighting MMA then.
I know this is taking it away from you a bit.
Yeah.
But
No one. Big part of my life. Jiu-Jitsu, as you know, and Andy and Tom are a big part of my life. I've spent more time with them than anyone. Like my own mates don't hardly see your own mates these days, do you? Do you know what I mean? If you don't go out boozing, you don't really see your mates much and stuff, especially since you've had kids. So all my like good mates now we see most regular with people who we train with.
Yeah.
And I had a spell for about 6-7 years where I'd partner up with Tom 2 or 3 times a week. And back to that, like I'd have a shit day and I'd go on and say, Tom, do me in, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for that hour, your head's straight and you feel sound after it.
Yeah.
Your body doesn't, but your mind does. But I feel like I say, he was fighting MMA then, and it was different then. I think domestically he struggled getting fights, and he's been through a lot to get where he is now. He's not that again. It's not been all thing. It's been when he was younger and getting to where he is. People not turning up to fights and like lower stage MMA financially is hard work. If you want to commit your life to it financially, it's hard work. Do you know what I mean? And luckily and thankfully it's paid off for them.
Even in like when you do
and
make
there's honestly there's no one who deserves it more. He's the most humble person you can come across.
I don't think I've ever spoke. I speak to Andy, I speak to Joe, but I don't want to bother him. No, because he just gets fucking. When he first started coming to the gym, everyone was just mithering him. Do you know what I mean? When he was coming into train, so I tend to leave him to it. But he does seem like, well, the full family's like fucking sound. Do you know what I mean? Andy's sound, Joe's sound. Like they're all boss when you speak to him. Does you not feel, mate? I looked at it the other day. I was on about this to someone. Is it not mad being on the mat with like? It's a high quality mat that now, isn't it really? Yeah. And then you've got people crossing over. Like, mad, what are we doing with Eddie Hall on that mat?
Yeah, I know.
Like have you rolled with him?
I didn't roll with him.
I think he was in around the same time where, you know, like, Is that a little bit nuts? Like you've just said there, like, well, you didn't just say, like an hour or so ago, you was on about Andy didn't train out of a certain gym.
Yeah.
And now you've got like the likes of obviously Tom, I know it's his son, but Tom, fucking heavyweight champion of the UFC. You've got like the likes of Eddie Hall coming down, like Michael Venom Page.
Yeah.
You've got, is it Savannah Marshall who's training there now, who's like obviously done bits in boxing, like done really well for herself. And then it's like
world champion, and she's fighting MMA in June.
Like it was mad before, like she was part behind before. Again, I don't really like fucking fanboying over people, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's just, I was sat there and I was just like, what's she fucking doing? Like here, do you know what I mean? So is it mad to go from like, obviously, where Andy's like, he's at Bolton, he's at Manchester, he's at Liverpool, and all of a sudden he's got this fucking, just like matter killers.
But still the same people.
And what's it like for you?
They're still the same people.
Yeah.
Still the same person to me, do you know what I mean?
No, what I mean is
Good
like,
having them names down, but again, if I'm rolling with Michael Venom Page, it's no different from me rolling with anybody else, or there's still other high-level grapplers who I've rolled with, loads of them locally. Tom, it's no different.
yeah.
And do you know what? They're generally all good, just nice people. Like, it's not what you expect.
No, it is nuts. Like I'm kind of used to it now, but like at first, I don't really, like I said, I try and not be too much of a fucking fanboy. Like, but at one stage, it just seemed to be like big name after big name after big name coming in, and like I just think it must, like when I've heard the story there of like going from like the likes of Carbon, Bulls and things like that, and then all of a sudden you just with this star-studded cast of people, but. Who was it one day? I think it might have been Rob King that just said something that kind of like summed it up. I think I was on about him. I think it was about like his black belt or something, or I think he was still a brown belt at the time, and he just perfectly summed it up. I think he just went like, end of the day, it's just another belt to hold your gi up with, innit?
Yeah.
Or hold your pants up with, or something stupid he said. But like, I suppose to the likes of you, done it ages, it's just another day at the office kind of thing, innit?
It is. There's just another body on the mat, just someone else who's trying, like again, not thinking about who it is when you're stopping someone trying to choke you or snap your arm.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
I'll
just
think if someone's, it don't matter if they've got a name or if they're Steve from round corner.
Yeah, they're
you're
still trying
stopping
to
them.
yeah.
You're not thinking any different of the person. Your job is still to try and stop them.
Yeah.
Try and you get on top and get in a dominant position, and you try and do what you want to do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
where do you see things for you now going forward, jits-wise? I know you said before you got a few comps. Have you got any actual like tangible goals in mind, or is it just keep going?
for Jiu-Jitsu,
Yeah.
probably compete 2 weeks.
Yeah.
British Championships. Body allowing. I've got a couple of injuries, but it's still a goal. I still might do it anyway.
How have you got your injuries? Is it just wear and tear?
Yeah.
Or is it just like anything?
Just wanted to tell you.
Anyone who trains, it's like anytime like I see like jiu-jitsu memes, it's always like people fucking going about injuries.
Yeah.
And it's just one of them, it's kind of hand in hand with the sport, innit? Because it's just, you constantly pushing against something that's pushing against you.
If you've played sport all your life anyway, I think
Yeah, you do pick up little
I
naps.
think you're doing well to still be moving about. Do you know what I mean? At my age, like, so I've got long-term injuries that I think probably from football and rugby.
Yeah.
That then don't carry well over into jiu-jitsu, like your hips. So like, which you use your hips a lot in jiu-jitsu, so it's just degrading them every year.
Yeah.
Like, and dodging surgery.
You had a surgery, didn't you?
No, I've had like.
Or you had a thing with your neck?
Nerve numbing injections. It didn't work, and then I was going to have surgery on my back.
Then you never.
From the moment I agreed to have the surgery, it just actually started getting better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you all right now? All right-ish?
I'm not all right, but I'm all right. I'm all right-ish.
So the Brits,
Yeah, I think so.
you win that. What's next? Do you qualify for the Worlds?
No, anyone can go and enter the Worlds. Anyway.
Can
you
they?
have to pay to enter a jiu-jitsu competition.
How does it
do you know
work?
what I
That
mean?
you just put your name down.
Yeah.
There's no qualification.
No, you can. If you're ranked at that belt, you go and enter World
Like
Championship.
I'm just having a blast. Like there's no like kind of like regional, national.
No, you can just go and it's a money making thing.
Yeah, true.
So it's not like the competitions. They make money, they make fortunes. So not the domestic ones, but like the worlds. So like you'll pay a fortune to go and enter. And yeah, listen, there's levels between that. Like, you know what I mean? Like them people who win world championships are like
Next level.
Light years. It's totally different to being a 40-year-old hobbyist black belt to like someone who's
hobbyist is a bit of a harsh thing to call yourself like.
To doing it full time as your job and competing on a regular basis like they are. Do you know what I mean? It's a massive difference.
Do you think you'll ever get into the teaching side of it?
No. I teach the kids. Both of us. It's not our full-time job. We do it because our kids do it. Do
you think you'd ever go into it as like a job type thing?
No,
or do you think you'll always be a spark and then?
I don't think so.
Like you've mentioned a hobbyist. Do you think it'll always just be a hobby to you, or do you think you'll have a blast of it? Like,
no. I just like I said, we teach the kids, isn't it? It's more of a hobbyist.
Yeah.
Hobbyist club. Like there's like obviously established clubs where established kids clubs like where we've had kids for years. We only started teaching kids in October.
Yeah.
They're obviously they've got classes on every night because it is the job. So that's how they're thinking. We're like I said, we're doing it 3 times a week because our kids do other things on other days.
Yeah.
So, and because we're new as well, a lot of the kids that are coming to us, they're already into football and rugby and stuff. So we're slowly getting a few kids who Jiu-Jitsu's their thing.
Yeah.
So they're coming 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And I would imagine we'll get a few more of them as it comes. But at the minute, a lot of the kids already do other stuff.
Yeah.
But as regards me doing it full time, I don't think.
Probably not.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think more so of a time of working.
Yeah.
So like you've got to give evenings up. I don't think it's something that you could make work if you were just teaching in the day. Do you know what I mean, and stuff like that. And I need my evenings for my kid and my missus. Do you know what I mean? So like, I don't want to.
You don't want it to.
No,
yeah.
I don't want to. Yeah.
It's nice when it's a hobby, innit?
Yeah, it'd be nice to be able to teach jiu-jitsu all day, every day as a normal working hours day and earn a living from it. But the dynamics of everybody else is in work at them times.
That's the thing, innit?
So you need to be able to teach classes on the nights.
Well, Chris has alerted me. I think we've got 5 or so minutes left.
Right.
How do you think it's gone?
I felt like I relaxed a little bit.
You're a lot better now.
I felt like I relaxed. I'm still probably wishing the minutes away inside.
Do you know how long have we been going? An hour and 15? By the time we finished. I think you've done well.
Yeah.
Mate, I'm not going to lie. When I come in, I've never seen you like before.
Yeah, I'm still uncomfortable about it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be having a few deep breaths when
we get off.
Yeah.
Do you know what, though, mate? You've done well, to be fair, and like, I think it is one of those things. Like, it is a bit fucking daunting speaking on camera stuff, innit? But do you know what, mate? You've done pretty well there.
I hope so.
There's a few moments where I was like, there's a bit more, and then I was like, well, I'll jump in. But like, so how do you think it's gone?
All right, mate. Yeah.
I've done it for you. Is that it? Is that all I'm getting?
Yeah. No.
Been a
pleasure.
synopsis.
Been a pleasure, mate.
That's all I'm getting.
Yeah. What do you want me to say?
I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate
the time.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, mate.
Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much if you've watched all the way to the end. Can I just please reiterate once again, like I did at the beginning of the video, if you have enjoyed it, drop a like, let me know how you found it in the comments, and please subscribe. This enables me to start doing YouTube on a much higher scale, get more episodes, put more effort into it. But once again, thank you very much, and do those things at the last, pretty please. Thank you.